Why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place? Well, that's the neat part. They weren't.
Wait,
the federal
what?
government.
Yo, it's good. So today we have a video about toads, pretty much. That's pretty much what the video is about. There's nothing more than that to the intro. Alright, I'm trying to keep my videos more concise just to see if you guys like it or not. If you want me to do more yabs, let me know in the comment section down below. But that's literally the video we're going to be reacting to. Now, if my computer would not be stupid. Okay, now I can see myself. Okay, so the video comes from More Pars, and it is called The Toad That Broke Australia. Now, we all know Australia got those kaiju beasts and stuff right over there. So let's see how a toad broke it. You know what I mean? Alright, let's go.
Australia is home to some of the deadliest
Jesus,
animals
talking
on
loud
the
as fuck,
planet.
bro.
But what if I
Golly.
told you there's one creature they all fear? An
Okay.
invasive species, millions strong, wiping out native animals that we are locked in combat with to this very day. What
Okay.
kind of vile beast is capable of spreading such
I want to know
reckless
too,
hate?
bro. I'm confused.
The answer is this fat fucking toad.
Jesus Christ.
But
Why is it
how
so
did this
big?
war begin? Well,
Bro, do you see what I'm saying about like the kaiju beasts and shit they have in Australia? Gang, that toad is at least like this big. That's a toad, bro. Like usually tortoises and shit are like that size, bro. That's just a toad, bro. And I'm pretty sure toads can like reproduce like very rapidly. Australia might be cooked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Australia might be cooked. I think he did say it's an invasive species. Usually those type of species, they usually reproduce a lot, and they're not supposed to be in certain environment. So the environment's pretty much fucked. That's pretty much what bro is saying, gang. That's crazy. What?
to answer your question, we're going to have to go way back. The
Okay.
year is 1866. We are in the
Okay.
land down under, and
Okay.
our story begins the same way many tragedies do, with the
Kangaroo.
British.
Of course.
You
of
see,
course.
having gone
Of-
hippity-hoppity, your ancestral home is now my property, around 90 years back, the Brits were in full swing, rampantly colonising the country.
Okay.
Part of that included agriculture. Now, they
Okay.
brought with them many crops, but the important one in this story is sugarcane.
Okay.
Sugar was valuable, not only
Yeah.
for trade, but also because, well, the fucking tea isn't going to sweeten itself, is it?
It's funny how he's British, bro.
But you see, sugarcane only grows in the heat, which ruled out the south of the country.
Okay.
It also likes humid environments, which
Okay.
ruled out Western Australia, which left them
Jesus,
with one
what the
option.
fuck?
And so, the cane farmers loaded up their first Stardew Valley save in
Okay.
Queensland in 1866. But the farmers ran into an issue. You see, Queensland is home to these nifty little bugs called Dermalopida albahertum.
Hold on, can I pronounce it? Dermalopida albahertum. It wasn't that bad.
These are native beetles that hit their macros by munching on plant leaves. So when cane farmers joined the Queensland Minecraft server and
Okay.
set up a fucking Hermitcraft-sized farm, the beetles
What the fuck?
were in heaven and set to
Golly.
work demolishing the plant leaves. Now,
Oh, so let me guess, right? Let me guess. So to combat that, they got these toads that eat the beetles, but then now the toads reproduce so much to where like they just live there now, or like they overdid their job. I think is what he's trying to get at, or what he's going to get at. That sounds like it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like I already cracked the code. Like, you know what I mean? This is like when you have that one friend who like sees like the first like 5 minutes of a movie, and he's like, "Oh, okay, so this, that's gonna happen." Am I right? And then you have to be like, "Fuck, he is right. God damn!" And then you just don't invite that friend anymore. I'm that friend. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
funnily enough, the adult bugs weren't actually the problem.
Okay.
Sugarcane leaves hold full value. But the problem
okay.
is that with such an abundant food source, the bugs started multiplying, laying their
makes sense.
eggs around the base of the plants. these
Oh.
eggs hatched into larvae.
Yeah.
And unlike the grown-ups, these little worms don't eat the leaves.
No.
They eat the roots.
Yeah.
And so the sugarcane
Yeah.
starts getting absolutely fucking spit roasted. And the farmers can do nothing but watch as
Literally.
sugarcane yield plummets through the floor along with their profits. This
Damn,
whole situation
That's crazy, gang.
really pissed off the farmers, who banded together,
Why is he in the cup chair? What the fuck?
went to the Australian government, and told them to fucking fix it. Sir, a horde of creatures is destroying the cane fields. Fuck. And so, the Queensland government founded the Bureau of Sugar Experimentation Stations.
What? That's an actual department? There's no shot that that's an actual department. Bureau of Sugar Experiment Stations. Let me search this up. Bureau of Sugar. It actually is. First search by typing in Bureau of. Okay, so let me swap back over. Let me let you guys see. So it says the Bureau of Sugar Experiment Stations. BSES. The Bureau of Sugar Experiment Stations is a key organization in the Australian sugar industry. Established in 1900, it is responsible for providing research, development, and extension services, including plant breeding, pathology, and entomology. BSES has a significant impact on agronomic research and agricultural engineering, contributing to the industry's growth and sustainability. The organization has a history of publishing quarterly bulletins and has been involved in various campaigns to combat cane diseases. BSES also has a small milling unit and serves as an interface between the growing and milling sectors of the sugar industry. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty interesting, not gonna lie. I just thought bro made that shit up, I'm not gonna lie. Because it sounds like no, it doesn't sound like super official, you know?
Or the BSES in 1900. This team of crack scientists then immediately
Crack
set out trying to
scientists,
solve
wow.
the very same issue every single Factorio player faces. This place is covered in bugs. They are breaking my shit. How do I violently slaughter the local wildlife in order to expand capitalism and my profit margins? The BSES pondered this question for 25
What?
fucking years.
25 years? Okay, granted, right? It is the 1900s, right? More than likely, it's a thing where it's like they just didn't know about like different ways to conduct research in terms of finding out what the issue is, right? Until they probably was like, hey, let's actually check if there's bugs. And they're like, let's do that actually. And then that's probably what happened. That's probably literally what happened, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I think of like the Middle Ages and beyond, I think immediately, right? From like the 1920 and backwards, they were just trying shit until like they figured out, oh well, if we do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, then this shit doesn't work. Like they were literally just trying shit, bro. But 25 years is crazy. That means in the 1920s, that's when they started to do shit. 1925 is crazy, gang. Not gonna lie. At that point, it's like just I'm surprised you even keep on trying with the sugar industry. That's fucking crazy. That's actually insane to me, bro. What the fuck? That's actually crazy, gang.
They tried spraying chemical insecticides. Didn't
Okay.
work. They tried injecting insecticides into the soil. Didn't work. They
Wow.
tried releasing the fucking cordyceps fungus. And it still didn't work.
That's crazy.
Then,
Fuck.
one day in the office, while pondering this question, jump
I'm
on.
not gonna lie. That clip of bro getting rocked is insane to me, bro. Every time I think about that, it's always insane. Cause it's like that was a grown ass man fully following through on like a 10-year-old, bro, or like some like skinny teen, bro. Like he just full on decked this shit. He didn't even, bro. He had no regard for his life whatsoever. Bro did not care. That's actually crazy. Every time I watch it, bro. Every time I watch that shit.
Had an idea.
Okay. Lock me
Okay,
in.
we are getting outmaneuvered by the cast of Bugs Life. Someone in this office, please give me anything. What about cane toads? What? Cane toads. Those big fucking fat things that exist in the cane fields in Hawaii. I mean, it's a frog. They eat bugs. We just introduce an invasive species to fix a problem caused by an invasive species. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Jesus Christ.
And
wow.
so, in June of 1936,
Jesus.
2,400 brave cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with the arthropod
I want to
menace.
play this game so bad, bro.
But there's just one small issue. Cane toads were fucking dog shit. Yeah,
Oh, they
funnily
were?
enough, big, fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads
Wow.
were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground.
Oh, that's crazy.
On top of that, cane toads don't dig for food either, so they didn't eat the larvae. Now, this all
Wow.
sounds like information that should have come up during the research and study phase of the plan. This, however, implies that there was a research and study phase. The BSCS...
Bro, like I said, gang, bro, when you go far back enough in history, gang, niggas were just trying shit, bro. Not gonna lie, like, there's no fucking way, like, no one thought to themselves, hey, this is a bad idea. Why don't we just research the animal, right? Granted, it's good logic. If they're cane toads and they eat like bugs and shit, who are supposed to like fucking like I mean like if in Hawaii they eat the fucking bugs over there, surely they would eat the bugs over here. But apparently it's not the fucking case. That's actually crazy, bro. But like I said, they were just trying shit, bro. Them niggas didn't know what the fuck they were doing, bro. They were throwing shit at the wall and hoping it's sick, bro. That's literally what they were doing every day when they clocked into work, bro.
not conduct a single fucking study on environmental impact before releasing an army of cane toads.
Jesus Christ.
Are you fuck? This complete absence of brain cells caused a rather spectacular domino effect of ecological fuck-ups, and it's going to teach you a valuable lesson about invasive species. You see, while the cane toads barely ate what they were supposed to, they did eat. And as incredibly large omnivorous toads, they ate practically anything they could fit into their mouths.
Don't tell me they started eating the
mice, lizards, snails, baby birds. It was the toad equivalent of fucking Kirby. And then, not unlike the exact problem they were brought here to solve, with all that food, they started reproducing.
Yeah.
A lot. In fact, female cane toads can lay anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 fucking eggs per clutch.
What?
But I mean, this should not be too much of a problem. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet. Surely, the local wildlife has this under control. Wait, what? Cane toads, they're poisonous. So those little bulges on the shoulder, those are parotid glands, and they are packed to the brim with bufotoxin.
Oh, wow.
No, that's not a D's nuts joke.
Bufotoxin is crazy.
Got him! Now, whenever the adult toads are threatened, they will squirt this white, sticky fluid out of the glands. And when ingested, it does two things. One, makes you trip absolute balls thanks to the hallucinogenic bufotenin. And two, the other ingredient, bufogen, just straight up gives you a fucking heart attack.
What?
It's important to note that this toxin is also present in their eggs and tadpoles. Now, in their natural habitat, this isn't as much of a problem because everything around them has had thousands of years to get good and deal with this fuck-ass poison build by either developing immunity or learning to eat around the glands. But Australia is not their ecosystem. And despite all of the deadly animals we've got,
Yeah,
they
don't
have
know.
had a grand total of 5 minutes to adapt to the presence of the fucking Caled toad.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
quick question for the class. What happens to an animal population when there is nothing to eat it? It gets bigger. And so, shortly after being introduced, a rapidly expanding tyrannid swarm of toads began to spread across the country. The BSES noticed this and, did fucking nothing.
Oh wow.
Because
Oh, wow.
it technically didn't affect the sugar cane. The swarm
Oh my
spread
fucking
further,
God.
occupying all inhabitable parts of Queensland, and they were laying so many fucking eggs that their clutches began
Jesus.
polluting the waterways like a
What?
bufotoxin teabag, killing
Oh my
native
God.
fish as well as any animals that drank from the water. The BSES
Jesus.
did nothing.
Oh wow.
Those eggs
The whole
hatched into
fucking world.
tadpoles, which started killing more fish. The BSES still did nothing.
Jesus
The
Christ.
swarm advanced, breaching into the Northern Territory and New South Wales. When questioned, the BSES insisted the toads were doing their jobs and everything was
What?
fine. By the
Jesus Christ.
1980s, the toads
The
were
80s,
now
nigga?
starving out or just fucking eating local wildlife and one-shotting anything that tried to eat them. And considering, at this point, there were 5 fucking million of them, that happened a lot. So, with local
Jesus.
wildlife being absolutely fucking decimated, the BSES was forced to acknowledge that maybe,
Jesus Christ.
just maybe,
Bro. They're so ass, bro.
We fucked up.
but, oh well,
Jesus
everyone
Christ.
makes mistakes. Nothing we can do about it. No! They
Jesus
left
Christ.
it for the government to clean up. Sir, a second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field. Fuck! Yeah, they realised just how much damage was being done and in
Okay.
1986 began
Okay.
funneling federal funds into controlling the population.
Jesus Christ.
They tried trapping and physically removing the toads, but unless they had 5 million traps, that
Real.
wasn't going to do shit. Biological warfare was proposed in the form of releasing viruses and parasites, but was shot down because it would do just as much damage to the native wildlife.
That is
So,
true.
the
That
toad
is
front
true.
continues to advance
Yeah.
to this day. So where does that leave us?
GGs, bro.
Short answer is kind of fucked. Cane toads now threaten a total of 75 native species. And they've even driven
Wow.
populations of animals like the northern quoll to complete extinction in parts of the
Wow.
country they infest.
That's
and with the
crazy.
population now sitting at 200 fucking million toads, that
Jesus.
infestation is spreading, with predictions showing they will be fucking up ecosystems in 5 states in the near future. And given that they have amassed a
Wow.
population 10 times the size of the humans in Australia, the government has completely fucking abandoned the fight for eradication, switching focus to harm reduction, using bait toads covered in non-lethal but unpleasant substances to try to teach local wildlife that toad bad. On top of this, the government has encouraged the broader public to, just fucking kill the toads. You are supposed to do it humanely by catching them and sticking them in a freezer for 48 hours, but, most
No,
people
no one's doing that.
don't want a frog taking up their freezer space.
Real.
So they just use a fucking golf club or a car.
Driving in my car right after
And with this being Australia,
What the
our
fuck?
wildlife is
Where'd it come
also
from?
putting up a fight. Keelback snakes, for example, are immune to their venom, and
Okay.
Ricali and magpies have learned to flip them onto their backs before getting a feed. Now,
Oh,
jokes aside,
okay.
you want to know who I feel genuinely fucking awful for? The toads. They didn't ask for any of this shit.
Real.
They just got dumped onto a random island and did their thing, and now they are being actively hunted. No. The assholes in this story are the BSES
Yeah.
and the cane growers. Because
Yeah.
you may be thinking, why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place? Well, that's the neat part. They weren't.
Wait,
The federal
what?
government banned.
Hold on. Bro, hold on. How do you even get away with this shit? Corruption at all-time highs, bro. There is no fucking way they did not get permission. And they just let that shit rock, bro. Like, bro, what? There's no way, gang. There is no fucking way. There's no way they did not get permission. That's
The
crazy.
f***ing idea when they came up for it in 1935, based on
Wow.
the advice of entomologists who rightly presumed the toads
Wow.
would become
This great toad immune from enemies and lives in its own habitats and breeding all year round, may become as great as pests as a rabbit or cactus. Wow.
a bigger
Hold on. Oh my bad. I honestly thought I said something else. Another
f***ing
episode.
issue than the beetles. But the BSCS and the cane growers lobbied to have the ban lifted in
Wow.
1936.
There's no
we are
fucking
stuck
way.
in permanent toad combat because these dickheads looked
They didn't listen.
at scientific advice and went, nah,
Nuh-uh. 10 eyes.
you have got to be fucked. G'day, Merry
Oh my bad. Anyway. Good video from your boy. Yo, shout out. Wait, what's his name? Hold on, let me check real quick.
Christmas.
Shout out more Pars. Shout out more Pars, bro. Actually like that video. Alright, with that said, I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I'm gonna see y'all there. TheBuffShaman out.